What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of A Bunch of Marks, because that's who we are. We are A Bunch of Marks. I am your host, Brian Daniels, and joining me are the three other Marks. You guys know who they are. We got Eric, Josh, Thundershaver, and my amazing wife, Raven. We're all here.
Woo-woo.
And joining us on this episode is our fellow Mark. He is one half of the stable podcast. No, it's not about horses. It's about pro wrestling. What's going on? It's Mr. Josh Demaree. What's going on, Josh? How you doing today, man?
Hello. This is Josh Demaree, live from the gaming capital of the world of Indianapolis. How is everybody?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We talked.
Well, fellow Josh.
We talked before how we've all kind of went through some illnesses lately.
Yeah.
It's been that time of year, right, for everybody to check to see how good their immune system is, I guess.
Not great.
Right. Especially when you get older, right?
First time
Yeah.
I've had the flu in over 20 years. It was ridiculous.
Ugh.
Yeah. And I had a COVID. That was a lot of fun. Guys, tonight on this episode, we're going to be for our main event, we're going to be giving our predictions for the 2025 Elimination Chamber. It's going to be in Toronto, Ontario, California, according to Archer. It's actually
So ridiculous.
in Canada, but anyway, we're going to be giving our all of our predictions for the Elimination Chamber. I've got the entire match card right here in front of me, and before we do that, though, we do this little segment at the for the second episode of every month. We are a bi-monthly podcast, twice a month, whatever the term is. I'm lost right now on that. But anyway, where my amazing wife Raven, she's we can't keep saying new anymore because it's been like a couple of years now. But anyway, she is the
A youngling.
a youngling in the realm of pro wrestling, if you will.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
I'm the baby fan of the group.
there you go. There's
I
a
don't
lot
want
of matches that young Raven has not seen. And so what we do is we have 6 matches in play at all times. All the matches, 5 of the matches all the matches she hasn't seen, but 5 of the matches, I'm sorry, one of the matches.
God, dude.
God, I'm like all sorts of fucked up today. I'm sorry. One of the matches is a match I also have not seen, so we're gonna watch it together for the first time. One of the matches is a bad match. It's a stinker of a match. But all of the matches are a match that she has never seen before. And so how this works is we had to implement a new rule because Raven had picked the number 4 twice in a row, and I was like, nope, can't do that anymore.
I didn't realize I did.
So starting from now on, she's not allowed to pick the exact same number she picked
And I tried to pick 4
time before. And she tried to pick it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So tonight,
Rude.
tonight's match that we are going to be going over, this
I'm excited.
match took place at the second ever Money in the Bank in
Wait,
2011.
this was only the second one.
The second pay-per-view. Money in the Bank pay-per-view. This was in the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. It was the main event. It was CM Punk, Josh's favorite wrestler,
Boo.
versus the WWE champion going into this match, John Cena.
Also boo.
This was right. This was a very, very huge match. A lot of people claim this is one of CM Punk's best matches of his entire career, biggest maybe. I don't know. I
was
best.
like, wait, what?
I don't know about best, but I would definitely say one of his biggest.
Yeah, I
matches
would
of his
challenge
entire-
that first one.
Yeah, true, of his entire career.
It would have been the best match if it was Josh versus Punk, but
That's
Josh
true.
just didn't want to whoop that ass.
It's true.
He's too afraid to do it. Let me tell you, I took a shit this morning that put on a better match than CM Punk.
This was a huge match. John Cena was obviously the villain going into this.
Dude, the build-up was great.
Getting entirely booed by the crowd.
The build-up is why I historically hate that dude.
Yep. Apparently there was 14,815 in attendance there that night to see this match.
God dang.
And the build up to this basically was that CM Punk's contract was set to expire at midnight that night. I think the other ordeal here was if John Cena lost, he was fired from the company.
Yep.
And well, in fact, CM Punk won. And this actually was CM Punk's very first ever WWE championship he would win in the company. So, Raven, what did you think about this match?
So it took me a little bit to get into it. Like this one's hard for me because I don't think I have, and this is why I mentioned, and we haven't done it yet, but this is why I mentioned beforehand that I need to keep a track, a list of the matches I've already reacted to, because
Yeah.
I don't think I've reacted to one with John Cena yet.
No, you have not.
Okay.
What?
So
You seen John Cena?
No one's
don't,
seen it.
don't confuse me right now. So I'm deep in thought. So this is, I believe, the very first time I have seen John Cena formerly in his first time around wrestle.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like I've seen him currently wrestle recently.
She's never seen him in the past, Russell.
Thank you. Can't talk. I told you earlier this is gonna be a great podcast.
Okay, I'll translate. Anyway, go.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
yeah,
it was interesting because
this is your first time. Sorry, this is your first time seeing John Cena in his prime wrestle. Because this is technically in like the prime of his career.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
So it was weird to hear all the boos when he came out, but then it made sense because, they were in Chicago. It's, punk territory essentially.
Mhm.
They both looked so young. So funny.
Chicago.
The signs, the number of signs in the crowd
Mhm.
was crazy to me. Way more signs than there
And
are
that
now.
sign.
Yeah.
And they were all like there were a couple of random ones throughout, but they were all either for Punk or Cena. Like that was literally all that I saw, mainly Punk. But there's so many signs. Wasn't prepared for the boos when John Cena came out.
Right.
Yes.
He was
Lovely.
much more serious than I've ever seen him. Like,
Oh,
I don't feel like he takes his matches seriously now. Like, I feel like
okay.
that might be the wrong term, but like he overacts to everything or overreacts
Okay.
to everything. Like he definitely has that drama, movie star thing going
He
on.
plays for the crowd.
Yeah. Like
Wow.
very dramatic. His matches and everything and his actions and movements and everything about him now is like very dramatic. It's very like, oh, I won't necessarily say overkill, but you know what I'm talking about. If you've gone to the theater, you know what I mean by like overacting. He's a very theatrical wrestler.
Sure.
I did not see that from him at all tonight.
Okay.
That's what I mean by like he was very serious, much more serious.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Not until about halfway through.
Okay.
I just kept getting very distracted. I thought it was I knew it would probably build up. And I knew it was like a big match, obvious. I mean, that was obvious.
Yeah.
And it should have been,
Yeah.
But I feel like there was a lot of on the mat wrestling, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm very much more into the acrobatics and the jumping and all that stuff. And
so you enjoy more high flying.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's your thing.
Yes.
All right.
Then why are you watching WWE again?
That's true. WWE does not do a lot of high
entertainment.
AEW is probably, I think if you actually watch a lot of AEW without really knowing who anybody is, that would probably be more catered to what you enjoy. But I think the reason why you don't watch AEW is because you don't know a lot of people there.
No, it's not that. I've tried to watch
AEW. Or it's the production value.
It's the production value for me. Like I've watched AEW multiple times, you know that. It's just not as entertaining to me. And I think a lot of it is the big production value.
Yeah.
WWE just has it, and they have a lot of I mean, like they know how to create stars out of their wrestlers.
Yeah.
They really do. And we were talking a while back on one of the episodes that, you have to have certain it factor. with WWE.
So back to the match. So did you actually like the match all the way through, or what point of the match was it where you said that about halfway through, was there a specific point where you're like, okay, like this is
Probably when Punk got Cena on the apron with it like targeting his neck. And not long after that was when he like kneed him in the face. Like
oh yeah, that like
yeah,
straight shot Cena took right off the rope there.
yeah,
The knee
yep,
that's Punk's like that's a traditional like signature move
yeah,
of Punk is to do that, by the way.
yeah.
I said this to you and I hadn't watched this match in a while. This is definitely not this match, although it's a huge match for CM Punk. I think it is kind of an iconic match in the realm of WWE. I don't think it's like one of those iconic matches in the realm of pro wrestling in general.
No.
I don't think it's like this god tier match because I think for the match for what it is, it's a match.
Yeah.
John Cena matches don't entertain me anyway. Like
there wasn't anything
I'm
over
not
the top or
I'm not
anything
entertained by John Cena when he wrestles. I think he's great on the mic. I think he's a good entertainer. He's got great mic skills, charisma. That's what I meant. But I think once you've seen one Cena match, you've kind of seen them all. And so for me, I knew what I was getting. I knew what I was getting when I watched this match was, oh, this is why I used to boo John Cena back in the day because I'm just like, this is the same. Yes. So I did not. I always forgot. I forget about that referee. I never liked that referee in the match.
Gosh, that was annoying.
I hated the way he counts. Like it's the weirdest way to. I've never seen anybody else count the way. I don't know, it's just one of those
annoying to see.
So of course CM Punk wins.
Yeah.
What did you know?
Well, I didn't necessarily not like this match. I didn't think it was a bad match or anything. I wasn't on the edge of my seat. There wasn't anything. I wasn't knowing that there was build up to the story.
Right.
You know, it wasn't anything that like I was invested in. You know what I mean? I think that's why I was easily distracted in the beginning. Because like I say, it wasn't a bad match. It was just, like you said, the same moves over and over again. Just
there are some matches in the course of time that if you were watching it in the moment, you were hyped for it.
Absolutely. That's what I said. That's why
it's
obvious it was a big match and it should be.
That age well, like, Hell in a Cell aged very well.
Yeah.
This, I don't think aged very well at all.
It was just a match.
Because
that was kind of what I wanted to add to it. That match only worked because of the build up.
Of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good or bad. It only worked because of the build up. Right. And the month and a half later, when Punk just happens to show back up after Cena wins the championship again, completely ruined this moment.
Well, see, and that's what I was going to say too, is you touched on that perfectly, because I was going to say, like, I have no idea what the outcome was, but I'm not so invested in it that I had to go and look it up.
Yeah. Just to tell you, because I don't think I'm going to put another John Cena versus Punk match into the thing.
Thank you.
Seen that when you've seen it again.
I won't nominate one. That's for damn sure.
What happens later is at SummerSlam. So John Cena wins the belt, but Punk still has the belt.
That's what I was wondering. How does he win the belt?
So he comes back and they have like a champion versus champion match at SummerSlam. So they do it again, basically.
That's weird.
So, essentially, what you saw at Money in the Bank, they just do it again. But they both have a title. They both have like their version, their belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I like CM Punk. I don't think this is one of his best matches. I've seen like ROH. He had some stellar matches in ROH. He has had so many vastly better matches than this one.
I will say it was kind of cool seeing him, because I've not seen an old match of his either.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool seeing him come out with such an attitude, where it's like, now, I mean, like, he has ego, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, he does.
Still.
But he had attitude. You know what I mean? Like, he definitely looked like he needed to get knocked down a peg or two. Like, just his whole attitude surrounding, like, everything in that match. Like, now, I mean, like, he was more, I think, arrogant than confident. Now, he's definitely more confident. I mean, he's still arrogant and he's
confident with a shade of arrogance.
Exactly. Yeah. Where back then, I mean, like, he was just young and arrogant. And
so if you don't know, there was some very real tension there between John Cena and CM Punk then. Too.
I didn't know that, but that surprised me.
Because Punk always felt that he was
the best,
not where he. Well, no, he felt like he wasn't where he should have been in the company for real. Like, that's why a lot of people were shocked that he even came back to WWE with Triple H running the show, because him and Triple H had some serious real life heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have never had came back if Vince McMahon was still there.
Oh.
He hates Vince McMahon.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why they did the shirts that say "Hell froze over," because no one ever anticipated Punk to come back, especially with Triple H. Anyway, so was this the bad match?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so.
It wasn't the bad match.
No, I know it wasn't.
So, all right.
I am curious as to who nominated this match, though. Who put this in?
I think Josh. No, it wasn't Josh. It was I think
I have no comment.
Damn right, no, it's not me.
Whoa, what now?
You know it's not me.
I have no comment. My lawyer will let you know.
It was Eric.
It wasn't me.
So I figured at the beginning, like even before it started, that Punk was gonna win because, and I didn't realize, Josh, I don't think I realized, or maybe I forgot that you weren't a Cena fan either. But Brian said,
I love hating Cena.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. So, but Brian had made a comment right before the match started. He's like, "Oh, Josh is gonna love talking about this one." I was like, "Okay, Punk's gonna win." So Brian kind of gave it away. But...
Oh man!
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on. So that was Raven reacting to another match. We're gonna replace that match with another match, and you won't be able to pick number 3 again. That was the third one there.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to eventually pick those numbers again.
Well, you're gonna have to we're gonna have to figure out what numbers you haven't picked yet.
7.
So 7, yeah, that's the one. Guys, we're gonna get into our main event discussion. We have the Elimination Chamber coming. We're on the road to WrestleMania. That's what we're doing here. We're, as a bunch of marks our show, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Last show we gave our thoughts on the Royal Rumble, and now we did that show with Big Don, and so now his other half, Joshy is here, and he is gonna also chime in and give his thoughts on the Elimination Chamber. We have it's currently a 4-match card. This is Wednesday night, the week of the Chamber, which is going to be on Saturday in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So if they add a match on SmackDown, we apologize for not giving our thoughts on that. We figured this would probably be this is probably the card, but you never know. Anything can happen in WWE. So anyway, we got 4 matches. And then we also have something we have to talk about that's going to happen there too as well. It's not necessarily a match, but it's a decision that someone has to make. A very odd decision at that. But first, let's get into Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax, Candice LeRae. So Stratton and Trish Stratus have kind of formed a kind of an unlikely alliance. They did that on SmackDown. And I feel this is just kind of Trish's like, it's Canada, I have to be there sort of appearance match. They're gonna be taking on Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, who have been together for quite some time. This is probably the one match on the card I don't really care about who wins either way. Although I can probably see, of course, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus winning this match because they're in Canada. And to put Tiffany Stratton over more as the women's champion. So we'll go ahead and I'll ask you guys, I'll leave the discussion open. Is this a match you guys care about? And who do you guys want to win? Does it matter?
I'm intrigued.
To you? Let me know. What's up?
I'm intrigued on this match.
Okay.
What has you intrigued on this match, Eric?
I feel like Trish Stratus is gonna be passing like whatever to Tiffy, because Tiffany is freaking great. Okay. I could care less about Nia Jax. I could care less about Candice LeRae. I do love Candice, and thank God Grandma Flair is not in this match. But I just feel like Grandma Flair, aka Charlotte.
Oh God. Okay. You think she'll make an appearance though? You think she might?
Yeah.
Try to cost...
I think she'll probably try to help Nia. Yeah, try to help Nia and Candice screw Trishy time is what I'm calling them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like I mean, I love Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Anybody else have? Well,
anybody else have any thoughts on this match? We'll move on if not, but please by all means go.
Tiffany and Trish are winning.
Okay.
Couldn't care less otherwise.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have down Tiffany and Trish winning, but I think we're gonna get a Charlotte Flair run in.
Yeah. I'm not invested in this match. I'm not a huge Trish Stratus fan. I don't dislike her. I'm just not a huge fan. But I mean, I love Tiffy. So, but I agree with Eric. I think she's going to kind of pass things along to Tiff,
I do see that. Yeah. Josh, any thoughts? Josh, Mr. Thunder?
I hate to say it, but this is the weak fart of the whole match, which, I mean, isn't really saying that it's going to be a bad show or anything. It's just, this one is the low point. I do love me some Trish Stratus though, so I'm down to see what's going to happen. It definitely doesn't qualify as I'm going to go get snacks match. So if the worst match of the show doesn't qualify for I'm going to go get snacks, I think that's a pretty good ticket. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's a good card.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm gonna move. I know we're gonna might sound like a shock that I'm gonna do this early, but we gotta talk about this Cody Rhodes and the Rock situation, guys. We gotta talk about
Get over here.
I'd rather talk about
Mortal Kombat.
We got Mortal Kombat going on. Cody Rhodes is gonna decide whether or not he wants to sell his soul to the devil himself, the final boss.
Dumb. This is a dumb story.
So this whole thing with let's backtrack. This whole thing with the Rock has been weird as shit, right? Like
it is.
Netflix Raw, right? The very first show, January 6th. Yep. Rock makes his presence known. He has to be there, right? He's a TKO board member. He's talking all kinds, praising Cody. Oh, we're buddies now. We're gonna go do shots of Tiramura in the back. We're gonna pretend like I didn't beat the ever loving hell out of you next to your bus last year, or talk about how I'm gonna get it on with Mama Rose. We're gonna pretend like none of that happened. Okay, so we're gonna 3-month rule that.
You gave him the old Xbox treatment.
Yeah, we're just gonna delete the save file and pretend like that didn't happen.
Is he trying to be his stepdaddy?
And
I don't know.
But he just does this whole weird thing. While Cody's out there in the crowd, which I would not put my champion in the crowd. Are you kidding me, dude? He's supposed to be the top guy. He needed to be in the ring.
Still better than just being a freaking promo like Gunther was.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
So, yeah, because Gunther got no TV time that night, which was also super weird. Your two biggest champions. One looks like he had to buy a ticket to be there. The other's not even there. So whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so then The Rock goes on NXT and says even more weird things. Right. And it all just kind of left us did we not do this whole massive storyline a year ago where you're literally the final boss, you're the bad guy, you're supposed to be this big heel, and you're coming here and you're shaking hands and kissing babies and treating Cody like you guys were best friends and nothing bad. What? So then, So just to give you guys a little, we're going to do a little dirt sheet rumors. There's been a rumor going on that The Rock got pissed that it came out that he was not going to be at WrestleMania 41 this year. Apparently, the plan was or is supposed to be rumored that The Rock's not going to have anything to do with WrestleMania this year.
Thank God. We don't need the old man Rock or
so apparently, The Rock got pissed at that kind of came out. So a lot of people are thinking that him, showing up on SmackDown like he did Friday night is because of that. Whoa, I'm the board member. I can, So anyway, Rock shows up Friday. They had announced on all the socials that Rock was coming back Friday for SmackDown, that he had to talk to Cody Rhodes. He shows up. He does this really weird promo with Cody Rhodes where he says, I don't want you to be their champion. I want you to be my champion. Right?
Yeah.
Then he says, I want that. And he points at Cody. Cody's like, You want my belt? He goes, no, I don't want that, Cody. I want your soul. It's like,
your soul is
what?
mine.
You want the adrenaline in my soul? That's part of my song, but all right.
It's literally canon.
So, in some weird Shang Tsung, your soul is mine kind of deal, The Rock tells Cody, I'm going to give you to a chamber. We'll talk about it. I want your decision then. So then Cody comes out Monday, and he gets confronted by Seth Rollins this past Monday. And Seth's kind of like trying to talk some sense to him, like, hey, what the hell's your problem? Like, like we are. Like, what is this stupid? And basically, Seth is like, what is there to think about? Which, by the way, what is there to think about? I mean, I know it's like they got to do it at the pay-per-view, right? I get it.
Right.
But if you're thinking realistically, what would there be to think about? What would Cody like? Why would Cody say, "Oh yeah, I'll do that"? Like, or even give it thought? This is a man who literally beat the ever-loving shit out of you next to your own tour bus. Said he wanted to harm you and your mom. Okay?
Yeah.
Take everything from you. Talk shit about your dad. And now he wants
He's
you
gonna
to
make them eat their shit, and then shit out their shit, and then eat their shit that's made out of their shit they made him eat.
Yeah, and then also beat you and then tried to make your match the next night at WrestleMania even harder, right? So here's the thing about this. I think there's multiple branching paths this can go, and this is where I want you guys' opinion. Do I think that Cody Rhodes is gonna sell his soul to The Rock?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of my.
Sorry, not an Elimination Chamber.
I don't. I do think Cody is going to turn heel.
Yeah.
I think Cody is going to turn heel before Mania. How we get there is going to be interesting. Now there's another theory. I like this theory.
Yeah.
That Cody rejects The Rock, so The Rock turns to John Cena. Now we haven't got to this match yet, but of course Cena is in the chamber. It's his last chamber ever. Now his little farewell tour. I know a lot of us fans have been wanting Cena to be a villain for a very long time. Like, that's been the one time I actually really enjoyed him is when he was Dr. Thugonomics, when he was the heel.
Yeah.
A lot of people are thinking that like this is kind of like that whole Vince McMahon and Stone Cold deal for WrestleMania. But this time it's instead of it being Vince, it's The Rock now doing it. So there's a theory going on that Cena's going to lose Chamber. He's going to be so desperate to get a match that he's going to go to The Rock and say, hey, I can be your champion.
Let me fight Cody Rhodes.
So I don't know. I want to say that I don't think that Cody's going to go into Chamber and say, yeah, I'll do it. That sounds like too easy and too weird of a heel turn to just happen right there. But you never know. What do you guys think? Is Cody Rhodes going to sell his soul to The Rock at Elimination? What do you guys think?
It was a hard no until I just heard you talk. I don't know.
Somebody
hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. Cody Rhodes says yeah, and then goes on the best fucking heel run ever.
Okay.
I mean, it could just be that simple.
Okay. So if he's a heel, then who would be the face that he faces at WrestleMania? Because I think that if he does turn heel at Chamber, you either have CM Punk win the Chamber, which we're going to get to, or you have John Cena win it, and it's going to be essentially it would be like John Cena versus The Rock, but instead of it being The Rock, it's going to be The Rock's champion, Cody Rhodes.
No, I hadn't even really thought about it, Brian. Thanks for
anytime. So I'm here for
completely rocking.
I am here to rock your entire thought process.
You did. You rocked me like a fucking hurricane.
Because here's the thing. We never really got. We never really got John Cena versus The Rock 3.
Yeah.
So in a roundabout way, we would kind of be getting John Cena versus The Rock, but it's The Rock's champion this time. So you'd have, Cena and then Cody coming out with The Rock. I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, go for it, guys.
Okay,
have at it.
So
what we got? All right, what you got, Josh?
So
what you got, Joshy?
We haven't had a chance to talk about this on our podcast yet. Don and I almost got into a conversation at an improv workshop. We just haven't come back yet.
Okay.
This is the problem I have with the whole thing is the fact that he's asking for the answer at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Because and that could also be a good thing, because then it might be a little too expected if it's at Mania, because this very much feels like a Stone Cold joins Vince McMahon moment, where Cody
that's what I was getting at,
joins The Rock.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense at Chamber because Cody's not in a match.
Right.
So I also heard somebody pitch, and this was quite the far out there thing. Cody will say no. But and then Roman Reigns is gonna want to know why he wasn't asked to be the Rock's champion, and possibly then set that up finally for 41. Because if Rock did get time, which I know Dave Meltzer reported that the Rock claims he needs 9 weeks to get into shape, and 9 weeks was SmackDown.
I gotcha. Okay.
I think The Rock wants the Roman match more than anything else. I know he wants Cody. Like, I know that's been talked about, but if he says no to Cody, he's not going to get the match if he's not in the chamber. So does The Rock put himself in the chamber and just surprise everybody? Like, okay, who gets taken out?
I mean,
I don't know. Okay.
He is The Rock.
He is The Rock. He could just be the 7th in there and be like, we're going to start with 3 and F you all.
I actually told Brian when he came out that, like, Brian was like, okay, what is he going to say? I was like, that he's going to be in the chamber.
Yeah. Fuck your world up, little kid.
I don't know. We haven't discussed the chamber yet, so we'll get there. That'll be a kind of a thing. Eric, do you have any thoughts about this, man? Like this whole deal with The Rock and Cody?
You know me, my crazy ass ideas.
Oh God.
So I have a feeling. First off, where are they at this Saturday? Just
Toronto.
Think about it. Okay.
They're in Canada, Toronto, Ontario.
Okay, Canada. They're not in Montreal, but in Canada. What are they good at doing in Canada? They're good at screwing people.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
Cody could tell The Rock no, but then all suddenly Cody comes out and screws Cena during the chamber.
Wow, that would be the wildest, weirdest thing to do.
Wild, weird, wacky.
And then Cody just goes ahead and joins, The Rock. I mean, you know me, I like those wild and crazy ideas. I always like to think outside the box.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, as long as I don't see him like pull some Mortal Kombat shit on TV, we're good.
If I see him pull Mortal Kombat on TV, I'm gonna swear my allegiance to WWE forever.
I do think they're trying to do a more corporate, like they want Cody to be the corporate champion.
Yeah. Or what about being the people's champion? Like The Rock gives him the belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I think Cody will reject The Rock on Saturday, but it won't be without implications. I think what will happen is Cody will come out there and he'll tell him no. And then,
dare you say
then maybe Roman comes out during this promo and kind of does a whole like, why the hell wouldn't you ask me to do? Like we're literally family. Why would you not? So if you notice, they haven't had any interaction.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
The only interaction like The Rock has had post WrestleMania 40 was when he came out during Bad Blood in September and did the whole throat slit thing to like Cody and Roman. So they have had zero interaction. Which, by the way, might I say, this road to WrestleMania is a stark contrast to last year. Last year felt way more hype. I don't know if you guys are feeling that it's not as
sure.
It feels not as hyped. Granted,
it doesn't have a 4-year storyline finishing.
That's
and it was
exactly.
biggest WrestleMania ever.
Right. Right.
I feel like everyone knows that Cody Rhodes isn't going to drop the title at Mania this year.
I don't know if he will, but like I said, we're not there yet.
Nope, I'm not.
I don't think he will drop the title this year.
I don't think he will.
I think he will.
I don't know though. We'll see. So okay, so let's go ahead and get to what?
Nothing. That's fine.
What's up?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. You just look like you had something else to say.
Because I hadn't said anything about it.
Go for it.
No, I just honestly, none of this has sparked my attention at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I get that. Yeah.
I honestly, I was so bored during that whole like promo with him and Cody.
Yeah.
I tuned out for most of it. Like, it was just boring to me. I'm not big on the whole like selling your soul thing. Like, I want your soul. Like, I'm sorry, that is like one of the stupidest things to me. I mean, to me,
it is kind of silly as fuck.
So cheesy. It's so, and like, I actually loved The Rock. Like, I loved Dwayne Johnson and everything, like, even like way before. And now I'm just kind of like, I'm over this whole persona that he's doing.
So here's the thing.
I'm just over it.
Yeah.
I found a really great comparison. You know how like when The Force Awakens came out, the first of the Disney movies, and everybody compared The Force Awakens to what we already saw in Star Wars, like the OG. I feel like what they're trying to do with the selling the soul thing is like we've already seen this with Vince McMahon, and I'm kind of over it. Although I liked that movie, I will say that, but here it's like we're just doing what we did already. But
see,
now
I haven't seen any of that, and I'm still over it. Like, I don't care for it.
Let me ask you guys a question before we go to our next match. Yeah. Does WrestleMania 41 need The Rock to be there? Does it need The Rock? Do we need this right now to happen?
No, we do not.
Hail to the no.
I agree. We don't. I think he'll be okay without him there.
We need Joe Henry more than we need
I think they should save The Rock and Roman for the WrestleMania in Indianapolis, so we can see it in person. but
no, they'll be too old. He'll be too old by then.
That's true. Yeah. I don't think we need The Rock at all. I don't think Cody. I don't think this whole thing. Here's what I wanted. I wanted, if they were going to do heel Cody, I think that Kevin Owens should have been found out to really be correct in his reason. They fumbled that, by the way. I feel they fumbled that. That's me.
Yeah.
I think there should have been something behind the scenes that we did not know about, because when they did that whole confrontation with Kevin Owens and Cody, and they didn't like really show it, they had like, I mean, it was like they showed fan footage. I was like, did Cody like do something to Kevin that we don't know about? And this is why Kevin's pissed at Cody.
I've been saying that.
And that's when I was like, okay, they're gonna turn Cody because he did something wrong. And then they had Saturday Night's Main Event. And remember Jesse's like, he used the chair. See, he's cheating.
He's cheating again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of was hoping they would do this heel turn without needing The Rock.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted him to turn. I've wanted him to turn heel forever.
And now I feel like if Cody Rhodes turns heel because The Rock is just getting diluted for me.
I agree.
It's gonna feel like, really, this is how, like, really he's gonna be The Rock's guy. And after all that last year, you want me to believe that now? I feel I think that's a really diluted way. I think it also kind of plays into The Rock's real life ego.
Yeah, but they got us to believe he tags with Roman.
Freaking lootly.
I'm sorry, Josh. What was that?
Got us to believe he'll tag with Roman.
That's true. I don't know, man. I'm just very. If Cody were to turn heel, I didn't want him to turn heel with The Rock involved in any way.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we all agree we don't need The Rock to be at WrestleMania 41, but he's probably going to be there now, fortunately. Anyway, let's move on. So, speaking of Kevin Owens, we have a unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Ooh, I think this might be the match of the night for me.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have a long history of going at it with each other in various promotions, and including WWE. And I personally feel this would have been a WrestleMania match myself. I was actually kind of thinking this would be a WrestleMania match.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, Kevin Owens attacked Sami Zayn after Sami Zayn lost to Punk in their Elimination Chamber qualifier. Kevin Owens, of course, as everybody knows, has been kind of on one, since before his feud with Cody Rhodes, and he's bitter because basically Sami Zayn didn't help Kevin Owens win at Royal Rumble. Who do I? Okay, so I will ask you this: who do you want to win, and who do you think they're gonna have win? And let's start with Joshy. Joshy, who do you want to see win this, and who do you think they're gonna have win this match?
Kevin Owens and okay. Kevin Owens.
And Kevin Owens. All right. What's your reasoning behind Kevin that?
Owens?
Well, the thing is, I know there were a lot of us that like were totally okay if Kevin Owens walked out champ at the Rumble.
Hell yeah, I wanted that so bad.
No one ever really thought it was going to happen.
Of course,
but right. When you go through this many kind of losses, in such a big storyline and come out still looking and acting like just being one of the best things happening in WWE TV.
Absolutely agree.
Sammy got it. Sammy did lose at last year's Chamber. It was last year or the year before to Roman.
That was last year.
Last year because he had turned on him. Yeah. So there is a possibility that Sammy wins just to kind of make up for that. But man, Kevin Owens needs a win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where I'm at. And especially in an unsanctioned match, he might kill Sammy. Like we need to be careful here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my prediction real quick. So I agree with both. I want to see KO win, and I think they're gonna have KO win because right now, Kevin Owens is a top heel right now in WWE. And they need to push him more. I want to see that man have a title again. It's been far too long. And but I think right now he's doing some of his best work without having to have a title. And I think the reason why I think this is going to be maybe even a 5-star match is these two work so well together. They know each other better than anybody else, I would say, in the business. They've traveled together, hung out together, they've been best friends for like a very long time. So I know they main evented WrestleMania 2 years ago in a tag team match, and now they're going to be fighting each other. And this is an unsanctioned match. Anything goes. They can go out into the parking lot, they can go in the concessions, go in the crowd. I fully anticipate them to be fighting in and around the arena. I absolutely anticipate total and sheer chaos. I expect Kevin Owens to win this with a package pile driver somewhere in the arena on Sami Zayn. Because they've been highly promoting that move with Kevin Owens now. But I think Zayn's going to have a great match here too. It's not because both these guys are excellent contenders. They both put on amazing matches. It's going to be a sight to see. And if you're listening to this show and you've never seen these two guys have a match together against each other, you're in for a treat. Because these guys probably, I would say, they are each other's best opponent. That makes sense.
I would hecken the term slobber knocker.
Yes, there is a term called slobber knocker that's a good old JR used to say.
Slobber knocker.
Yes, sure. I firmly agree. Josh, Mr. Thunder, what do you think about this match? Who do you want to win, and who do you think is going to
win? This is another one where I'm really kind of torn. I think who's going to win is going to be us, the viewers, because like you were saying, I'm going to give a real answer. I'm going to give a real answer too, but
sure.
It's kind of one of those things that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, like, I'm not saying I know them behind the scenes. I'm just saying that I know enough of who they are that they've been, they train with each other. Like, hey, let me try this. Let me do this. So that's like a thing, I feel like they know each other so well. This is going to be one smooth fucking match.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those things where This is something that they beg to happen. It's like, come on, let's do the thing. Come on, please. This is exactly the energy that it's given, and I can't wait for it because it's definitely going to be two lifelong friends just pulling big moves. I think this is going to be a big move match.
Who's taking it?
I think that what's going to happen is that Sammy's going to take it, and it's going to cause Kevin Owens to go on a huge fuck everybody spiral.
Agreed.
You think Sammy's going to take it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yep.
That could happen.
Exactly my train of thought.
That.
Yeah.
I want to see Kevin win this one though, because as Josh had said, he's taking a lot of losses. I think that if Kevin wins this, it's going to really do something to Sammy. What I find interesting about this match is this isn't a match they're having at Mania, which I think this would have been a great WrestleMania match. The two of them sharing the ring again would have been a real nice contrast to them. The last time they shared a ring together at Mania was they were on the same side. Yeah. So that's just me though, but I think that it just makes me curious now if no matter who wins, what's next for them at Mania, right? Because where does Kevin go from here for Mania? Where does Sammy go from here at Mania?
I think we might actually see them in the ring again at Mania.
Like
a round two,
like a second round, maybe.
But I think it might be something bigger. I mean, like I don't know
maybe they do a Hell in a Cell match at Mania.
I don't necessarily know about that, but I mean, like there might be more people involved.
Cage match. I don't know. Something I don't know. What do you think, Raven? What are your thoughts on this match?
Well, I'm in agreement with Josh. I think Sammy might win this one. Because I think I would love it if Kevin were to win, but I think I can definitely see where Sammy would win and it would push Kevin further down the spiral. That's kind of where my thought process is. But I do agree that like I think Kevin's not going to like that. I think he's not going to take no for an answer, and there's going to be something bigger with them at Mania.
Okay.
I think there could be more people involved in the Mania match. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know all the terms and all the matches. Yeah, I can't think of everything, but right now, but I think it could lead to something bigger with them at Mania. I wouldn't just because they're having this match now early on doesn't mean that like I would count them out for Mania.
Okay. Fair enough. Eric had to step away for a second. He's having some technical issues. So we're gonna go ahead and move right along, and obviously I'm sure he'll come.
I was wondering where he went.
So let's go ahead and get to. We got 2 matches left. It's like this is only a 4-match card.
Yeah.
Let's do the women's.
Weird, but I double checked it. And it's true.
Yeah. We got the women's elimination chamber match, the first of 2 elimination chamber matches. We got Liv Morgan taking on Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. The winner of this match will be facing Rhea Ripley since Charlotte Flair chose Tiffany Stratton for Mania.
Yeah.
This is something honestly, when I look at all these competitors, I don't really see one bad match for Rhea here, whoever wins this. But also, this is a match where I'm just kind of intrigued on who would win. Now, I know there are a lot of people that are speculating Liv's going to win this match.
Oh, God, I freaking hope not.
To have Liv and Rhea at Mania again, or at WrestleMania, rather, and have them wrestle each other again.
I'm so over that.
Yeah, I do not want that, personally.
Nope.
Because, Liv and Raquel now are the tag team champions. The tag champs, which congrats to them, by the way, it's huge.
Yep.
I do have a prediction. Not necessarily on who's going to win. I think Jade Cargill is going to come in here and tear the fucking cage door down.
Oh God, this is what I hope so bad.
And we're going to find out that Bianca Belair was the one that attacked her, because I really firmly believe in my heart that Bianca Belair is killed.
I think it was both of them.
You think it was both of them?
I think it
could be true too.
I think they're trying to throw us off.
That could be true too. But I'm pretty firm that Jade's making her return.
I hope so.
I miss her.
And it's not even okay. So this is funny because you know me, I'm not a huge Jade fan. It's not that I don't like her, I just meh. Um, but it's not that I miss her and the wrestling. I just want this storyline to come to a conclusion. Like I really want her to come back and like
it won't be over till Mania.
Like you said, I want her to come back and really put throw a wrench in the whole thing.
I think that whoever did it, that's who she'll face.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's going to be over this match. I want her to come back so we can move on with the story. Yeah.
As far as winning, who is going to win this? You know, I don't know.
So I would love. Remind me again who's in it.
Liv, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez.
Okay, Roxanne. So I'm torn between either Alexa or Roxanne to win.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's a good choice.
And I think they might be pushing Alexa because, you know, hey, this is her big return. You know, it's a big, big match, whatever for her return. But I don't necessarily see her and Rhea against each other right now.
Well,
Roxanne, on the other hand, I could see a match between her and Rhea.
So they've been teasing the Wyatt Six stuff with
Alexa.
So I don't know if we're gonna have some shenanigans with that too in this match.
Yeah.
Who knows? But if I had to pick one person to win this match, I'm gonna go with Roxanne Perez.
That's who I'm leaning towards.
That's who I want to win. Now, who do I think WWE is gonna have win? I know this is gonna sound wild. I think they're gonna have Bayley win it.
Interesting.
I knew he was gonna say that.
They are two of the prominent women from NXT that have led this that were leading the women's revolution.
See, I keep forgetting that Rio is from NXT.
Kind of see Bayley.
No, it's dumb
winning. But man, would I be so thrilled to have a woman who has just stepped up, who is just killing it. She's been killing it in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
She proved herself in the Royal Rumble. I think she should have won.
You missed a lot of her and Jordan last night on NXT. Yeah, but that was good.
I watched some of that. That was good.
Yeah.
Was it Kalani Jordan? Is that Kalani Jordan? Is that her name?
Grace.
Jordan Grace. God. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of the other person named Jordan in the NXT. My bad. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I saw that. Yeah, I was talking about. We were watching NXT last night. But I would love for WWE to have Roxanne win this. But I don't know. I'm thinking they're gonna go with a person that everybody knows. And it'll be Bayley. But man, I'd be so thrilled if they gave Roxanne this ultimate opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder, what's your choice for this one? How you see it going?
Oh man, so you had me because that was one of those things I was thinking like maybe this is gonna be another Bayley thing, and you said that, and I'm like, maybe this will be a Bayley thing. But, because it's one of those things that's kind of what I was thinking anyway. But what I was going to say is, who do I want? I want this to be a big Alexa Bliss return, and I want her to take some shit. Because I've always been a huge Alexa Bliss fan.
For sure.
I think they're going to do. I'm also with you with Ms. Rodriguez because I think what's going to happen is she's going to. I don't know. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to be between her and Liv, and she's going to just like, "Hey, Liv, fuck you. This is me," and take it.
You say Raquel Rodriguez?
Yeah.
No, he said Liv Rodriguez.
Oh, you mean Liv
no,
Morgan?
I said Ms. Rodriguez. I was being respectful. But yeah, no, yeah.
Okay, so who do you think is going to win the match then?
That's what I'm saying. Is I think it's going to be Raquel. She's going to, I don't know, pull something on Liv and be like, "Hey, this is my shot, my time."
Oh,
Doing one
she's
of
gonna
those
like
tournaments.
she's gonna take Liv Morgan's place.
Sorry, I
somehow?
had no idea where you were going with that.
Yeah, I thought. Sorry, I was a little confused. I was like, what?
And I thought you said Liv Rodriguez. That's why I was like, wait.
I
That's
got
funny. No, sorry.
you. Okay, my bad. He went kind of meta, and it went over our head.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, you and I have not been very
Yeah, I'm kind of out of it. Joshy, give
Yes,
us your
sir.
thoughts on this women's elimination chamber match. What do you think is gonna go down?
Who do I want to win? I am dead set I want Bianca Belair to win this match because I want Rhea and Bianca at WrestleMania.
Ooh, that'd be
Okay.
good.
be a good match. Yeah.
That'd be good.
The
Okay.
problem is Jade Cargill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like as I was listening to you guys, I was falling on to the Roxanne Perez train.
Yeah, dude.
And the Alexa Bliss from the, if WWE is Planet the South. And then I just happened to be scrolling X a moment ago.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, Chelsea Green has a surprise opponent on Friday night for her U.S. championship. And they're like, when Jade Cargill returns to win the U.S. championship and set up a triple threat match at Mania, I went, that's a great idea.
Okay.
So as much as I want Bianca, I am leaning more towards the Alexa Bliss side that probably WWE will pull that.
Yeah.
Which,
I think that would be neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if the White Six are involved.
Yeah.
Could be very interesting.
So real quick to clarify that triple threat match you were talking about with Jade, who would that be with?
Naomi, Bianca, and
Naomi
Jade.
and Bianca.
Okay, that's what I thought. So just to kind of piggyback on that a little bit. So one of my previous thoughts when I said I think they both did it, one of my previous thoughts with Elimination Chamber when we first started talking about it, I don't know why, but it just popped into my head that like neither, I don't know, that maybe it was Bianca and maybe Naomi gets pissed and like maybe they go out. I don't know.
Got a great idea. Hear me out.
Okay.
So right before the women's elimination chamber match starts, Michael Cole goes, "We got an update in the back," and it's Bianca knocked out and laid out.
Okay.
She's just out. She gets laid out, and they're like, "We don't know who did it." And then Jade fucking comes out and she takes Bianca Belair's spot in the chamber.
Brian, I fucking love the way you think.
I'm just saying it'd be kind of some bittersweet revenge to.
Sorry, Joshy, if that.
I'm just saying that would be kind of some bittersweet revenge for, either Naomi or whoever did it. Yeah. The one that gets laid out by Jade.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then they're like, who's gonna replace Bianca? And then like, either Adam Pearce or whoever. They're like, well, I think we know who's gonna replace her. And
yeah,
Jade comes out and
that's good.
Now Jade is in the chamber. Do you guys think Jade will win the chamber?
No.
I will say,
no.
I don't know. I think if Jade is in the chamber, I think she's gonna win the chamber.
I don't.
I don't know though. I'm kind of down for Jade and Rhea at Mania. I don't think I want Jade to win the belt already. But I don't know. I still want Roxanne Perez to win. At the end of the day, she's my pick. Bailey could win it. I don't know. That's.
I think you're onto something with that.
Oh no, man. There's a lot. What Eric? Welcome back. What we're talking about the women's elimination chamber match. What do you got for this match, man?
Well, I would like to see Bianca win or Naomi win, and then that's where Jade comes out and they show the video footage of, like, say, Bianca is the one that attacked Jade or Naomi, vice versa. Because I do like to see one of Bianca or oh my god, brain fart, Naomi win the chamber. But my wild card is fucking Roxanne Perez.
Let's go. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
She's got the it factor.
She really does, dude. I'm on board. I'm on board without a doubt. She proved her worth when she was an NXT champion. She totally proved her worth when she went toe to toe and got all the way down to Charlotte Flair at the Rumble.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what a better way to make her have to prove her worth than it be on the grand stage of all. I don't know. I don't know.
And here's my thing: if she does win, she should be pinning Alexa Bliss.
Oh, and that's who the last person eliminated is Alexa?
Yeah, because I mean, it just
okay.
I would love to see those two feud.
Okay. I think if Jade is gonna come back, she's gonna come back during the match and she's gonna screw over who attacked her.
Yeah.
And
or she could
I want
because
I want there to be this shot of like it just like her music hits, everybody in the ring is just like, what the fuck?
What's she doing here?
She comes down, and Bianca and Naomi are both looking at her in shock, and then we don't know who she's gonna go after. Yeah. And then I think she's gonna attack Bianca. I think Bianca. I want to see Bianca Belair turn heel so bad.
And Bianca's been a heel, and she was a great heel in NXT.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she was a heel in NXT.
Oh my God, yes. Go back to the Black and Gold days. Like
those look the best time.
Her and Rhea had a feud in NXT.
I'm not ready to explain that to my daughter.
You're not ready for that talk. That's what you're trying to say.
All right, guys, we are at our main event, the men's Elimination Chamber match. We got John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins. I would have to dare say those are your top guys in the company right now. Pretty much all the same.
Yeah.
Sans Logan Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Logan Paul. Okay, Logan Paul. Which one of these does not belong? Which one of these does not belong? Man, there's a lot that can go on here. Mm-hmm. Of course, the winner of this match is going to take on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So there's a lot here at stake.
Yes.
Man. I don't even want to start this one. So go. So somebody take over. Go for it. It's your show.
Fine, I'll take over.
Do it.
John Cena.
Oh, it's John saying it's gonna be John Cena. All right.
Because here's the thing. I've heard so many different things that are predicted. I've loved so many different ways that this has been handled.
Yeah.
Like where Cena's just gonna lose and lose and lose and lose. There's no way he's ending this year without another world title run. And so this brings us to that whole Rock and Cody thing, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
I am looking at this as Cena wins the chamber. Cody accepts the Rock's proposal at Mania, turning on Cena, and sets up Cena and Cody through the whole summer, where Cena does pick up the win finally at SummerSlam. Because SummerSlam's a 2-night event. We got to make it make more sense.
Yeah, we've got to make it more of a thing. Because we're going to have 2 main events now, too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I sit on this. Because that's why I'm like, why is The Rock doing this doing it here? Like, does Rollins get involved? Does Roman get involved? Like, this is where I struggle with it. But again, it feels very, very much like Austin and McMahon. The difference, though, is Cody Rhodes can actually play a heel, where Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't have a chance.
Yeah. I'm okay. So your pick is John Cena. Is that who you think they're going to have?
I want Cena to win it as well, and it's not because I like the idea of Punk and Roman, possibly maybe throw Rollins in there. I think Logan Paul is just in here to make a name for himself. Damian Priest possibly, and Drew McIntyre going at Mania, sure, like whatever. Like I don't care. Neither one of those guys are getting main events this year. That's coming, I think, for Priest. Drew's already had it twice.
Yeah.
So, and then I love Rollins. I just don't think Rollins and Cody works right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a bit of disappointing. There's a rumor, there's speculation that John Cena is not going to win this chamber match, and he's going to face Logan Paul at WrestleMania. What are your thoughts on that, Josh?
I think it's awful, but on the same note, extremely good for Logan Paul.
Yeah. That's probably the worst case scenario, I think, for everybody. I don't want to see that match happen, but I'm gonna go ahead and give my prediction. Man, there are so many intertwined feuds in this match. I mean, Cena and Punk, for one, are stepping into the ring against each other for the first time since 2013. God, which is crazy, right? Which I think is very fitting that Raven reacted to a match with John Cena.
I know.
Right? So there's going to be that, like, how's that interaction going to work, right? Be interesting to see that. Drew hates everybody except Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I guess, right? Seth despises CM Punk. Damian is like, I'm just here. Although he's, I think he'll be getting into it with McIntyre there. Logan Paul is just he's the high flyer of the match. You kind of always got to have a high flyer in a match like this. He's that guy. So I'm sure he'll have a spot like on top of a pod or some ridiculous. He's gonna climb the cage and he'll do something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win though? Who will face? Who's gonna face Cody Rhodes? So I'm gonna automatically eliminate CM Punk from winning this match. Here's why.
Yep.
Have you guys forgot that he has a favor from Paul Heyman still?
Nope.
He has not cashed in that favor yet. I think that favor will have to do with possibly Cody Rhodes. I think that favor is going to be he's going to get a main event.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the favor. Because
I think the favor is Roman.
You think the favor is Roman? Okay.
Yeah.
Could be. That's a good point. It could be. I obviously Logan Paul's not winning this match. We're just gonna get that out of the way. He's not winning. So that leaves us with Cena, McIntyre, Damian Priest, and Rollins. God, I would love to see Seth Rollins win this match. They have not had their rubber match yet. Cody and Seth. They haven't had the rubber match yet. And they kind of sold me on that on Monday. I'm gonna tell you something. I know everybody wants John Cena to win this match. I am not of that camp. I don't want John Cena to win this match. I think what needs to happen in John Cena's farewell tour is he needs to lose, and he needs to lose a lot. I think having him lost his first stop on the farewell tour was big. Mm-hmm. I think he needs to also lose this one too. Does that mean that he can't get into WrestleMania and have a match? Absolutely not. But I don't think he's going to win his world title at Mania. It won't happen there. And that I do agree with you on, Joshy, is that. It won't happen there. It could still happen at SummerSlam. So here's what I think may happen. I think I firmly believe that Seth Rollins is going to win the Elimination Chamber match. I think they kind of showed that hand on Monday. I think Cody is going to accept The Rock's offer. You're going to have your three main players from last year's WrestleMania be involved in the same match this year, except it's going to be the tables turn. Cody's the heel. Cody very may well accept The Rock's offer that night, some roundabout way. Mm-hmm. So it will be Seth taking on Cody for the title with The Rock in Cody's corner. I think that's what they might do. Now, what do I want? Man, I would love for Drew McIntyre to win this match.
Really? Okay.
I'm tired of seeing Drew lose. Drew has been losing and losing and losing. I don't know I don't think it makes sense in the grand scheme of storytelling if we get real about if we're smart marks about it. Sure. I don't think it makes sense for Drew to win, right? It doesn't. Like what is how in the story does that make sense? I would love to see him win it, but what I think they are going to do is if they don't, I'll say this: if they don't have John Cena win, which is very cool, they very well could. I just don't want him to win it. I don't want this. He needs to. He has not been back in the WWE in this fashion for a long time. He needs to really bring it back, and he needs to prove to me that he needs to earn it again.
So
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna twist your idea just a tad.
Okay.
See if you can go with me.
Okay.
Because you made a very good point about Rollins, especially after the promo on Monday. Because I did see that promo and was like, okay, I can see that. Now I can see this too.
Yeah.
What if Cody doesn't accept the Rock? Rollins does win, and Rollins is the one who gives his soul to the Rock because he has all of the exact same reasons for Cody Rhodes, married with a daughter, and wants all of those same accolades.
Could be. And then that would, and you know what would be really cool, and I'll even take your idea and add another block to it. That would make Roman pissed because I think a lot of us want to see the former Shield buddies get into it, right? Is that fair? I want to see that because if they're not going, I do not think we're going to get The Rock and Roman Reigns at this WrestleMania. I don't think we're getting that till 42 in New Orleans. I really don't. Because if we were going to get Rock and Roman, we would have a longer build up for that, right? So I think what could happen is Roman gets mad and is like, "Why didn't you come to me? You went to Seth. Why would you go to Seth, the man that tried to hit me in the back with a chair, cost me the title last year? Why Seth?" And then Seth is like, "Well, because The Rock knows that I've always been, the workhorse champion. I show up to work, you don't." You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of bitterness between the two, and their Shield history. So we may even get at SummerSlam because you were saying when it's 2 nights. What if we hear me out? What if we get Roman versus Seth main event night 1 SummerSlam? That's my prediction. I don't think Cody will win. Or I think if they're gonna have Seth be Rock's champion, then I think Cody will still beat Seth again. Okay. Or they could have Seth beat Cody, and then they could make that night 1 main event at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship, Roman versus Seth. Could be fun. Would make a lot of sense storyline wise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that I appreciate you putting that there. That's great. I love that. So yeah, I would love to see Seth win this. I think in a storyline way, it would make sense. You could build on that. It puts the 2 men in their third match, their rubber match, if you will. There's a title at stake. The first 2 matches, there was no championship at stake. There's a lot more riding on this. And they have been, in a way, still building that story between Cody and Seth along the way, right? Yeah. So I think if anybody's going to win it, it's going to be Seth. I think John Cena is too easy. I think that he still.
I keep forgetting he's in it.
I think there still needs to be some build up before you just push him straight to the moon at Mania. So, yeah, that's my pick. Is Seth. Yeah. Who do I think they're going to have win? Seth. That's what they're going to have. Is Seth. Who hasn't gone yet? Raven. What you got for this match?
I mean, I'm kind of where you're at, really. I mean, I hadn't put a whole lot of pre-thought into it, and then I'm listening to everybody else. It doesn't make sense for Damian and Drew to win, or Drew to win. I think that they're going to use this to build up a story between the two of them. I think that's, they're going to use that to help build that story.
Okay.
Because from what I understand, there was supposed to be something a little bit bigger between them at Rumble. And
I'm going to pause you real fast. Don't forget who cashed in on Drew last year. Damian did.
Yeah.
They have that history. So I just remember that.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they are going to use this as an opportunity to build up something more between
the two of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool.
But it doesn't make sense for either one of them to
win the chamber. Yeah.
And overall storyline with Cody, it doesn't make sense.
Sure. No.
I agree. I don't think Punk is going to win. Logan,
yeah, right.
He's just there.
Yeah, he's there.
He's there because now he is full-time.
He's trust fund wrestler. So
he is now full-time wrestling. And I think he's trying to capitalize on it a little bit too late. And I think they're going to use this to try to push him a little bit more. Like not necessarily give him a push, but try to like make him relevant in wrestling again.
Sure. Although
because now everybody hates him.
Although he hasn't had one single match on TV.
Right, because everybody freaking hates him and he has to pay his dues again. No, I'm serious. Like if he would have came into wrestling, I'm not going to spend too much time on this topic, but if he would have came into WWE full time in the beginning, or part time into full time sooner than he is now, I think he would have been a great heel. I think people would have loved to hate him.
Okay. Now
people genuinely just don't like him. Like they're not just booing him as a character. Like they do not like him as a person.
Yeah, I
think WWE is going to use this to kind of try to make him relevant again. But I don't think he's going to
win. Yeah.
So who's that leave? So what you got?
That
leaves it to Cena and Seth Rollins.
It's not going to be Cena. It doesn't make sense overall. I mean, I know I paused. I stopped myself when I said that.
A little bit.
I don't know the whole like backstory between Cena and The Rock and everything, but listening to you guys earlier talk about, if Cody does sell a soul, blah 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 blah, have a storyline between John. I mean, so sure. I again, sorry guys, that whole storyline just does not appeal to me at all. Like they lost my interest in that whole.
No, I get
the whole thing. I'm sure I will gain my interest again. It'll gain my interest again, but not right now. I have to agree with you. I think it's going to be Seth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that who you think they'll have win though, or
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. For the sake of the storylines, I think I would rather it be Seth.
Yeah, I think it makes. I think Cena is the safe option and what the fans expect. Me, from a storytelling point, if we're like in the, as Paul Heyman would say, what inning are we in? I think we're getting down to like the 9th inning now. We're kind of there. Maybe we're already past it. But because the bloodlines kind of broke up and it's not like they're having that thing. I think as far as bloodline goes, I think Jacob Fatu is going to turn on Solo Sikoa and they're going to have a match at Mania.
I love you.
That would be dope.
I hate you, Solo. He's going to say that. And Jacob Fatu is going to be the breakout star of the year this year.
Oh, geez,
he's going to have it
already.
He's my spotlight wrestler for this year. I'm paying probably the most attention to him and what he does. But outside of that, yeah, I mean I think Seth makes sense storyline wise. He hates The Rock. He said, "Don't make me hate you."
Yeah.
Well, I think Cody's going to make Seth hate him. And it's going to be because Cody's going to probably he will. Maybe I'll be wrong. And he'll accept the offer. Or maybe he won't accept it right away.
That's what I think. I think he's going to be no. And then something's going to happen.
Yeah. And then Cody will do it.
Yeah, he's going to do it. That's why
and then we'll get Cody with the jet black hair when he's a heel. Because I can't.
Dude, that would be cool.
But I think for me, it's kind of like, if we're long-term booking and storytelling, they have not had their third match.
No.
This is how you have that third match is you have Seth and Cody for the belt, main event WrestleMania. You have Cody the heel. You have Seth kind of heelish, maybe more of a tweener. And you have that be that match, and you have The Rock there.
I also think it would be kind of funny if they kind of leaned into this whole John Cena keeps losing the big matches kind of thing. Like
Big match John can't win the big match.
He lost Rumble and then he inserted himself into the Elimination Chamber. So now he loses the Elimination Chamber. What's he gonna put himself into next? Like,
you know what I think is gonna happen? Logan Paul's gonna pin John Cena, and that sets up the Logan Paul Cena match.
Yeah, I could see that.
Sadly, that's probably what will happen. Because I mean, think about it. If anybody's gonna get over and really be a standout heel, how do you have that happen? You have Logan Paul cleanly pin John Cena. Or maybe not clean pin, but in some way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no rules, right? So the chamber. But you have Logan Paul, maybe CM Punk will hit Cena with the GTS, and then like Cena will, and then look, but instead of him covering him, it's Logan Paul takes the opportunity and pins him. I think Logan Paul will eliminate John Cena, and that will be the best way to get the entire WWE universe to hate Logan Paul by beating John Cena.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. You know, I think if you removed John Cena and Logan Paul from the equation, I feel like they should be like taken out early. And I feel like the focus should be on Damian, Drew, Seth, and
and I think if Seth is going to win, he's got to pin CM Punk to win the match.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. That's who he will. That's who he will beat.
But I feel like those two need to be removed from the equation because I mean, think about how chaotic this is going to be with these four.
Yeah.
I mean, they
hate each other.
They all hate each other. I mean, think about Drew and it needs to be just the four of them for a while. Yeah. Like I really feel like they need to get Logan Paul and John Cena out of there quick.
Yeah.
But I feel like the focus should be on these four.
Josh Thunder.
I feel like that would be the match.
All right, Thunder. I don't know if we've had your thoughts on this yet, but if not, go for it, man. Maybe. Maybe he's not here.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Now we can.
There we go.
Okay. Sorry, my stupid phone going in and out.
I get
That's okay. Yeah, it's pouring down here. So
I think I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm not really invested in this as much as a lot of people are because I get the storylines and everything.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like the only one that doesn't make me feel snooze fest, and I hate to put it this way, is Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes because we've already seen Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes so many times and he just keeps losing. But maybe if it has something to do with him being angry with whatever goes on between him and The Rock, I could maybe see him having a little bit more heat on it from the other night. But no, the only one that even seems somewhat interesting to me is Seth versus Cody.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking too, because I was like, this is a WrestleMania main event.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, who? I'm not saying John Cena can't do a main event. The man's done them for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just think
that's a great point too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in the scenario with The Rock, really could work with either because The Rock and Cena have a history. But I'm kind of thinking more recent history would probably be the likely candidate to apply in the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the promo that Seth had with Cody was great. Him basically saying, "Don't make me hate you too." Kevin made me hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't make me hate. Don't make me hate you too. I feel that's a foreshadowing of events to come.
Yeah.
And for Seth to not be a part of that would be wild because and then also I know people and I know there's the speculation of okay, well if it's not Seth, what does Seth do for Mania? What would his plan be? Right? Where do you put Seth for WrestleMania? And of course we don't know that yet because we don't know who's going to win. Real quick, next week, we're going to be recording our next episode of this show. We'll be giving our Fallout episode of everything that happened.
Yeah.
For the Chamber. So we're going to be recording another episode next week. It'll be our first episode of March, as we talk all about the ongoings. for the chamber. Josh, who do you want to win this chamber match? You going with Seth?
Yeah. I think my real answer and my one answer are both going to be Seth Rollins on this.
Got it. I do think it kind of, when you look at all the scenarios, it kind of is one of the most. It's one of the things that makes the most sense, in my opinion. Eric.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this Elimination Chamber match, this men's chamber match?
All right. I want to see the visionary Mr. Seth fucking Rollins to win.
Because they can say it on Netflix now, yeah.
Yeah, right. They can't.
But we all know, like, I have a feeling they're going to go to Super Cena.
Oh, man.
But if they give it to Seth, here's how they should do it. Logan Paul eliminates Super Cena.
Yeah.
Then CM Punk eliminates Logan, and then that's where Logan KOs Punk, helping Seth win the match. I could care less about Damian Drew.
Yeah.
They can go off and cuddle and watch.
Don't be rude.
Oh, you mean like Logan's gonna like pull out the knuckles?
Yep.
And deck Punk on the way out?
No, but he has a surgically repaired hand.
He does.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need that.
I mean
like this, the brass knuckle thing is just. Ugh.
I mean, if that happens, I know Josh will be happy as a kid in the candy store.
Yeah,
but I just have that feeling like, I want Seth to win because I'm tired of babyface Seth. I want that heel Seth. Like, I love the heel Seth during the pandemic. Like, he was a dick.
See, the thing about those is if he wins this match, he's not going to be the heel.
Well,
because the thing would be is
he could be the person that really gives his soul to the Rock when Cody Rhodes.
That's what I said.
Well, and that's true. That could also apply. That could be the thing. There is the possibility of Cody says no.
Because think about this. They do the chamber match.
Seth accepts it. And what I think would be fun is Cody tells Rock no, and then Rock's like, because remember the Rock told Cody, "Don't you ever break my heart."
Yeah.
Again.
Don't go breaking my heart.
I'm telling you, I don't forget all this shit. That whole thing has been ingrained in my brain. I think what's going to happen is Cody's going to say no. And he's going to say, "I told you don't break my heart again." And he's going to walk away. And then Seth is going to win the chamber. And he's like, "I'm so glad you didn't, accept the offer." And then we end up finding out at Mania, The Rock comes out and screws Cody and helps Seth win. And Seth becomes mega heel. Who knows?
I have a feeling if they did
because The Rock's going to come out, they're going to all anticipate Cody, right?
Yeah.
Not Seth. But yeah.
I mean, if they did the chamber, they could say after the chamber match, they race the chamber, Seth wins. Here comes Cody. Here comes The Rock, and then that's where Cody tells The Rock, "You ain't taking my soul," and then, boom, that's when Rock gets.
Yeah, when do you guys think they're gonna do this Cody and Rock bit within the pay-per-view? Like, do you guys think it'll happen at the very end? Do you think they'll have the men's chamber match and then like Eric just said, like, do you think they'll do that whole bit?
I mean,
no.
Rock is the owner. He can do.
I don't think you end a pay-per-view on a segment.
No, I think they have to end with the chamber. The struggle I have, and this is the AEW fan in me. The AEW fan in me thinks that the unsanctioned match should be after the main card and be a lights out style match where they literally are like, all right, the card's over, and do the unsanctioned match.
And they actually turn the lights off.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But they're not going to do that. So
they won't do that,
I agree. I agree with you that ending the pay-per-view on a segment would be stupid.
Yeah.
But I also don't think they're going to start it. So, like, we'll probably have women's chamber, women's tag match, Rock and Cody, unsanctioned
in the chamber.
Like, that's probably order because you put Rock and Cody right dead in the center.
Right in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I like that.
Or like,
now,
okay,
again,
let's do this.
Yeah.
You end with that segment, but then all of a sudden The Rock makes that match right then and there where Seth beats Cody for the belt, and then there you go. It's just like go back to the Elimination Chamber where Batista beat Cena after Cena kept the belt in the chamber. And
I don't know. I don't like having a pay-per-view in on the segment. I I think what would be fun is they have that segment midway through, and then you'll have Seth say, you made the right decision. You made the good. He'll tell Cody, you made the right decision. You made it the best call. You're doing what's best for you and your family. Notice you and your family doesn't mean he's doing. Seth. Seth would be like, I'm gonna do what's best for me and my family, though. I'm gonna hang out with The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, could be fun. But I really want to see Seth and Cody one more time at Mania, and I think that could be the best way to go about doing it, and still keep it like as it's an extension of last year's Mania.
Yeah.
With all the build up, with all the characters in place from last year. You're putting Rock there on Cody's side, or maybe Seth. One of the two. I do like the idea of Seth being the heel, but damn, I want Cody to be the heel. So you're wanting Seth to win. Okay, cool. All right. I dig it. I dig that. Well, guys, that's it. That's all we got. That is the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It'll be this Saturday, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And guys, we will be back next week for another episode of A Bunch of Marks as we give our thoughts on everything that has happened, from Cody's decision to the winners and even the losers of this pay-per-view. We want to thank all of you for taking the time to listen to our podcast. And before we go, we want to give a big shout out to everybody who has been following us, checking us out over on Instagram. We have over 100 followers. We're getting a lot of love from OVW, from the new promotion based out of Clarksville, Bullpen Pro Wrestling, who had us come out this past weekend and cover the show. And especially a lot of thanks to local promotion Grindhouse Pro Wrestling as well, to Tough Tony running that one over there. Thanks all of you in the business who have been commenting, liking our post, following us, and more. If you want to be a guest on our show and use our show as a platform to, maybe you're a worker in the business, whether you're a wrestler or you're a promoter or somewhere in between, and you want to promote yourself in the business that we all love and love talking about and care about, pro wrestling, you want to be a guest on our show, you know how to get a hold of us. You can send us a private message on either Facebook or Instagram and get a hold of us, and we'll schedule you for a future episode of our show. Also, we can't leave without thanking our guest host with us, Joshy. Guys, go check out the Stable podcast. You can go to theestablishedfacts.com and check it out and listen to their amazing pro wrestling show. We're all going to be at Squared Circle Expo in April. So, come hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. We're also going to be having Adolfo and Ed on this show soon to talk all about Squared Circle Expo. It's man, they just keep announcing some. They really want all of my money in my bank account. They want me to give them all of my money and more in my bank account. So, but anyway, we're gonna have Ed and Adolfo on. We're looking forward to having them on. But thank you guys, and thank you, Joshy, for being here. We appreciate you, and hopefully, maybe you guys will be able to join us next week. We'll talk about whether we were right or wrong on this. So, until then, sayonara, everybody. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.